I'm very much a now person. Let's do something, let's do it right now.
No.
And why would I wait when I know what I want? But there's a God, God has a timing to these things.
Absolutely. Yeah. If you were to actually speak to your 18-year-old self, what would you tell her?
I think just to have a lot more self-confidence, a lot more faith. I'd recently gone through an ADHD diagnosis. Going back to my school days, I was made to feel quite unclever by some teachers. I can remember being stood on a chair in the middle of the room because I'd scored such low scores. And it was, and I lost so much confidence. When you said, what would you say now? I was like, believe in yourself and you are clever. And I'm sort of like learning that, the way I do things is because of the ADHD, and that's okay. And,
Hi, and welcome to Faith Flow Podcast by Faithwell TV. My name is Mary Allison Momo. I hope you're well wherever you're watching us from. Please do subscribe to our YouTube channel and press the notification bell to be informed of any new content that we bring out. Now, today, I am so overjoyed to be sat with the Managing Director of TMH Media, Emma Freeman.
Hello.
Hi, Emma.
Hello, Mel.
Hi, you look amazing.
Thank you.
You look lovely. Thank you so much. Thank you. Thank you so much for taking time out to be with me today. So, Emma, could you tell us a little bit about yourself?
I can. Well, first of all, thank you for being here. It's wonderful. I feel very honoured because we were talking earlier about some of your guests and I'm like, I'm not worthy to be here. So I'm very grateful. It's lovely to be here and to talk to you. A little bit about me. Wife, mother of 4 and managing director of TMH.
Wow.
And have been... feels like forever, but I've been there since I was 18. So, a long time.
Wow.
Yeah.
So, with certain CVs, some people have like several, probably 3 pages. So I guess yours is like 1 or 2 pages.
Yeah. fairly easy reading.
Yeah. Fantastic, Emma. I just love you so much. And our working together, our interaction is just, it always leaves me a better person. So going back to the very beginning, Emma, how did you come to faith?
Do you know what? I was thinking about that the other day because I haven't been asked that question for quite some time. But I was 17 and I was I used to go to school in Haverhill and I was in 6th form. And it was through my brother's wife.
Wow.
And she sort of like was speaking to me about Jesus and God, and it just resonated with me. And I started to go to church with them. And then, some of my friends started coming with me, and it all started from there.
So started from there. And so 17 and progress, till now, you still profess Jesus as your Lord and Savior. Yeah. Amazing. Beautiful. So Emma, like you were saying that you came to your ND, Managing Director of TMH Media, and I saw it on your LinkedIn profile that you've been in that role for 25 years.
I know, and it doesn't feel that long. It still feels like I'm learning so much. And, it's flown by. It really has flown by, but it's a role I take really seriously and enjoy. I have a great team of people that I work with.
Amazing.
Well supported with, my family.
Could you tell us about 25 years? I know. When I saw it on your LinkedIn, I was like, hey, okay.
Kind of reminds me how old I am now, but yeah.
No, it's beautiful. So tell us about TMH Media and what it's like being ND, what your role entails.
Well, I'll tell you about the company first. So we, part of the company is we run Faithwell TV. We run Faithwell TV, and we've done that for 17 years.
Wow.
So, I was there right at the beginning when we were launching the channel and negotiating all the deals with Sky. And then just really the ethos of the channel. Which is really to serve the African Caribbean pastors in the UK and give them a platform to preach the word of God and to reach out to communities and people around the UK. So that's something that we do. The other side of TMH is that we are a media agency, and we actually work with a majority of police forces, councils, NHS, organisations throughout the UK. And how we serve them is that they often come to us with particular campaigns that they want to do, people that they want to reach, and we will plan a schedule for them that meets that target audience and basically does what they want it to. So that's another part of the company that we do. And then we also do a lot of outdoor media. So we do buses and taxis and billboards and tubes, and we buy all of that media as well for different clients. A lot of it's obviously the churches, but we've worked with people like Next or Cato, buying their campaigns as well as the public sector. So and the charities, we do a lot of work with charities. So
wow, TMH Media. So meaning that one of our viewers or many of our viewers would have seen one of your work like on buses or
definitely.
Amazing.
Seen one of our clients for sure.
So what is it like being MD, managing director?
It's brilliant. It's a responsibility, but I work with an excellent team. We have a lot of fun. There's a lot of fun in the office, a lot of laughter. But it's just really, I think, also trying to communicate the vision for TMH Media. We work with clients that really do serve the community. And it's just trying to make sure that everyone's aware of our goals and what we want to achieve. Leading everybody with Faith World TV as well. Making sure that we're fulfilling God's purpose.
Absolutely.
That we have that mantra together, and it really is, as I said before, serving first and foremost God, but also the African and Caribbean pastors. When we launched Faith World 17 years ago, there wasn't a platform that really resonated with the Afro-Caribbean community. We felt that it was very hard for the pastors to get airtime on sort of like other Christian stations out there. And as we started working with one church, we started working with another church and another pastor, and it just went from there. It wasn't something that we consciously set out to do at all. When I say we, I mean myself and my father. It wasn't a conscious decision. It was definitely something that God put on our hearts, and that we just became his servants in that area. So
17 years later.
17 years later.
Still going strong.
Still going strong, yeah.
There are clients that have been on, on the channel for over a decade. You've been serving them. That's amazing.
Yeah, we have very loyal pastors that have stayed with us since the beginning. And I think that's the other thing I love about it, is that the relationships that we've built with the churches, and once a pastor sort of like comes on air with us, they tend to just stay with us because we fulfill what they want, which is giving them a platform to speak to their congregation, their wider audience.
Beautiful. And you recently moved into new studios. Can you tell us about TMH Studios?
That was so exciting, and something you were very part of. It was we were embarking some older studios, and we all felt, didn't we, that we needed to move studios. And we were sort of like all praying about it, and nothing seemed to be moving, did it?
True,
And then we were sort of like, this is, God's plan. We really believe in this plan. Let's come together and in prayer. And I think about 2 weeks later, it was James and your husband Ibrahim that stumbled across this studio, which It was actually another TV channel that was here.
Yeah.
And they were moving out into new premises. They wanted to be, I think, in Surrey or something. And so the kind of setup was already perfect for us. It was, there was already divided into rooms and different size studios and a kitchen area, a meeting area, a green room. It just had everything that we wanted.
Absolutely.
It was such a blessing.
Yeah.
And you kind of, I think, when things like that come together, I'm always reminded of God's timing.
Yeah.
I'm very much a now person.
Yeah.
You know, let's do something, let's do it right now.
No.
And why would I wait when I know what I want? But there's a God, you know, God has a timing to these things.
Absolutely. Yeah.
And I was very much reminded of that then. I thought, wow, we had to wait for the people to move out and move in, and this is kind of perfect because it used to be a TV studio.
It felt like they were holding it for the right time.
Yeah.
When TMH and Faith World TV really needed it. Yeah. But so obviously we're going to be showing you different bits of the studio so you can see where we're at, and you're also welcome to use the studio anytime. Just call the number on your screen and we're able to serve you. So Emma, we've done your professional side. Let's move to your personal side. You recently turned 50.
I did.
You look
Can you
gorgeous. You look amazing. You look amazing. I would never.
Thank you.
If you didn't tell me, I would not know that you're 50s.
I don't feel it. I don't feel it. And it was, you know, when that big number's arriving, and I was on the lead up to my birthday, I was like, I don't know how I feel about this. You know, I don't know if I'm excited or I'm in shock or, but I'm just so happy and so thankful. And I'm proud to be 50. You know, I'm really proud to be 50. I was talking about it with my daughter this morning.
Yeah.
And I said, I'm doing this podcast with Mary, and, you know, I want to talk about being 50 and just loving it and loving life and, you know, knowing that I've still got so much to achieve and being excited for that journey.
Yeah.
So,
you look amazing. You look amazing. And so I was just looking through your Instagram the other day and just seeing how, you know, somehow you're so not different, but obviously you have the work Emma, and then you have the fun Emma. I loved seeing you miming. In front of
my husband.
Yeah.
That was our entertainment. I think in lockdown we thought we'd do some miming to some songs and pretend to play the piano at the same time.
No, it was beautiful watching you. I mean, I thought, oh my God, it's her 16-year-old self. But I'm just so happy that, you know, it's not, age is just a number, you know, but it's about your heart, your spirit, you know, and how you just choose to embrace life, isn't it? So apart from the miming and the silly dances, what are some of your hobbies? The other things that you like to do?
I'm very creative. I like to make things, like to draw. My husband and I have just actually moved into a new house, and it probably didn't need decorating, but we love that sort of like interior design. We love creating, we love building. And so we're sort of like worked our way through every room in the house. We've actually just finished the kitchen.
Wow.
And we've completely redesigned it and enjoyed every minute. And what's lovely is that we equally enjoy the design process. Matt's excellent at building things. He can pretty much turn his hand to anything.
That's amazing.
And quite early on, when we were looking at doing the kitchen, I knew that he was going to end up doing it. But I kind of needed him to get to that place on his own. So we were getting people in, doing, you know, talking about the kitchen and what they would do. And I could just see that Matt wasn't very happy with feedback he was getting because he wouldn't have done it like that. And finally, he was like, you know what, Emma, I'm just going to have to do it myself. And I was like,
I was waiting.
It's a good decision. That's a good decision, darling. I think you should too. So so then he started to design it and build it exactly how we wanted it, and we repurposed a lot of it. So it was really fun. It was fun to do it. And so that's, at the moment, that's taken all of my creativity, if you like. But prior to that, I love drawing, I love sewing, I love making things. So
Wow.
Yeah.
Wow. So for, interior designing,
Mm.
right now, I think the colors that I see a lot on Instagram are white, pastels, maybe white and black and
Yeah.
stuff. So like, what's the in thing? Can you tell me?
Oh, I can tell you what we like. I don't know if it's the end thing, but we've got a lot of natural wood running through the house. Sort of like black. What else have we got? Taupes, sort of like neutral colours, blues.
Yeah.
Some pinks in there. So,
Yeah. Lovely. I'm just trying to picture the whole, building. Yeah.
Yeah,
I'm
you
yet
have to
to
come
get.
visit.
Oh, that would be amazing. I'm yet to get into the whole house decor thing.
Yeah.
Well, Emma, so I also see that you love traveling. You love
do.
traveling
I do.
Yeah, running away for maybe just a small city break
Yeah.
here and there and a full holiday.
Yeah.
Amazing.
Yeah, I
Amazing. So you talked about working with Dad earlier.
do.
What is it like working with your family, your dad and your sister?
Yeah, it's good. It's different. Because we're all a family, we're that much closer. But it's fun. I'm so close to my sister. I adore her, but she's much more creative than me. So she does all the design work for us.
Yeah, it's amazing.
She's brilliant. I couldn't do what she does. She has such a creative eye, such an eye for detail, and I love working with her, and I love seeing what she designs as well. So
that creativity runs in the family then. Yeah, that's beautiful. So talking about work-life balance, you're an MD.
Yes.
You're working with your dad, with Bex, your sister, and then you're also a mother to four. You said, yes, 4 beautiful girls. And the other things that you do. So how do you get that balance? Yes, how do you get that balance right and still look this beautiful and this put together?
Sometimes I feel like, and I think so many, working mothers feel this way. You just feel like you don't do anything very well, but you just kind of keep everything keep everything juggling. Yeah, and it's but I have to just go with it, But the balance, my husband's actually a digital marketing consultant, so he really understands a lot of what I do. So we very much support each other, and we have a lot of conversations out of work where we're thinking, oh, we could do this, or and he's sort of like gives me a lot of advice. So that's great. And then we have the girls, and the girls are between the ages of 20 and 17.
Okay.
So the conversations we have around the dinner table are quite different now, in terms of we're talking about their aspirations, what they want to do. And then, Matt and I are able to give them advice and, about what we do and how that could work. And they all want to do completely different things as well.
Yes.
So that it makes conversation very interesting.
Yeah.
So there's always I always feel like there's that crossover between work and home going on. When I see my dad, we'll be talking about food in Spain in one sentence, and then the next sentence we'll start talking about Faith World TV. And it's just what I've grown up with. It's what I've grown up with. So it's just very normal for me to, you kind of don't ever really shut off. It's just
it's life. It's not life altogether.
Yeah.
Wow, that's beautiful, Emma. Turning 50 again, just going back there. What lessons have you learned? Or if I'm to actually phrase it in another way, if you were to look back to speak to your 18-year-old self or 16-year-old self, what would you tell her?
Oh, that's a good one. I think just to have a lot more self-confidence, a lot more faith. I shared with you sort of like off camera that I've recently gone through an ADHD diagnosis. And I came to that diagnosis, which is how many women sort of like above the age of 35, it's actually 46% of women come through their children's or learn their diagnosis through their children's diagnosis. And my eldest went through a diagnosis 3 years ago. and you had a 3-hour session with a psychiatrist, and I was sitting in on her session. I was listening, and I was like, oh gosh, oh no. And it was sort of like dawning on me very slowly that, her symptoms was my experience as well.
Yeah.
And it actually really knocked the wind out of me. It really, I never really considered that at all. And going back to my school days, I was made to feel quite unclever by some teachers. I can remember being stood on a chair in the middle of the room because I'd scored such low scores. And it was, and I lost so much confidence. And I know many people would have gone through this experience where you're treated like you're the most uncleverest person in the room. And I lost a lot of confidence. So that's when you say, what would you say now? I was like, believe in yourself and you are clever. And I just do things differently. And, my brain works differently. So I just think that was quite something a journey for me to go through in my 50th year.
Yeah.
But I feel like I've made peace with that now.
Yes.
And I'm sort of like learning that, the way I do things is because of the ADHD, and that's okay. And, just kind of moving forward in that new strength, that new understanding.
Yes. Whatever that is. I mean, the ADHD has just made you such a brilliant MD. With a very successful advertising company, and Faithful TV and what you're doing, you're just amazing at what you do.
Thank you.
So
Thank you.
I don't know what people were saying that you're unclever. You're actually brilliant.
Well, I didn't do very well at writing or spelling or anything because I'm dyslexic as well. So I didn't do very well at any of those. But and I think it's a shame because I think teachers are much more aware nowadays. Going back all those years, the support wasn't there, the understanding wasn't there, and I think whereas nowadays the teachers would say, "Oh, will you learn this way?" and they'd have an understanding of ADHD and what that means and how people with that learn better.
Yes.
Whereas when I was at school, there wasn't that understanding, there wasn't that support, and you were kind of put in the naughty corner or the stupid corner. And it's just sort of like coming through that and having that self-strength and that self-awareness of sort of rising above that and still achieving and still realizing your strengths as a person.
Yes.
And just moving forward in that.
Beautiful, beautiful. Right now, I think they recognize it immediately. That children who are different, who have some sort of needs, special needs. They pick it up right away from nursery.
I think that teachers are more equipped in that they're taught that now. Certainly, it was a teacher that picked up, Hannah. They sort of said, "Oh, I think she's showing signs of, ADHD. You should really go and see and, get her seen for that."
Yeah, and get the support.
Get the support.
I think that's the most important thing, to get that support. Yes, absolutely.
And she is very well supported now.
Yeah, that's beautiful.
It's a lot easier for her.
Yeah. Wow, Emma. It's always wonderful to hear about how people have overcome, because we see the successful side of the person and what they've built, but then to appreciate them as a person and their work, it's good to know the challenges that they've gone through and how they've overcome.
Yeah.
And so then you're able to appreciate the whole picture and see that story of resilience, of hard work, of, picking up yourself and saying we can do this. And also there are the giftings as well. Like you said, that you do things differently, but look at the success,
Yeah,
we're all not the same.
Yeah, absolutely.
Yeah.
And TMH is a successful media agency. Faithwell TV, we're watched all over the world, and it's incredible.
Amen.
What we've all built together, though, and I think I'm so aware of that it is such a team effort, isn't it? For us at Faithworld, it's such a team effort. Everybody pitches in, but and also on the agency side at TMH Media, we have such a strong team. We all share the same vision. And I think we have just been so blessed, with that.
Yes.
We really have.
That's amazing. So talking about TMH and Faithful TV and your own life, what are some of the highlights?
The highlights
you would say?
I would have to say I'm a real family person, so definitely my family, my husband, my daughters, they bring me such joy. The best thing, if someone said to me, what's your dream thing to do, it would be this Sunday dinner. My stepdaughter Nicole cooks the best roast dinner ever.
Wow.
We literally, when we go out for dinner now, we benchmark it against her roast dinner. Is it as good as Nicole's dinner? No. We haven't found anything that's matched it yet. Wow. But it would definitely be that family meal when the six of us get together and we sit around the table, catch up, laugh, take the mickey out of each other, share each other's stories. It's just the best time for both me and my husband. It's the thing that we both enjoy. And then the wider family, I'm very close to my sister, my parents, my niece. We all get together for my birthday, turning 50. I thought I really want to do something that brings me joy, just ticks all my personal boxes, if you like. And it was, we spent time together as a family, my parents, my sister, my niece came over. We spent time at the beach. And then we did have a big party, because I do love to party. And we danced all night, and it was a real joy. It was it was a real pleasure.
Oh, wow. Normally when I ask people their highlights, they talk about their professional life, but then yourself, it's the family.
It would be the family. I mean, but I say that, but then we have our TMH family and our Faithworld family. So it does transgress, but I think for me it stems with family for sure.
Yeah, beautiful. I think it comes through because with working with yourself, I feel relationship. Your main focus is building that relationship with people, and I think that's the best way to get the best out of people.
I was just about to say, it's how you get the best out of people, isn't it? I think trying to get that understanding of where they're at, what's important to them, what their goals are. And trying to support whoever I meet with those, and trying to inspire them, encourage them. I love to do that.
It absolutely comes through. So looking forward, what can we expect from you on a professional level, but also on a personal level?
I think that's quite an interesting question, because if you asked me that this time last year, I would have said that I wanted to go traveling, do a lot more traveling, which I do want to do. And I was sort of like, I think I might start retiring soon and going away, all over Europe and all these different countries that I want to visit. But I feel like, I've spent a lot of time in prayer and meditation over the last 6 months, and I just feel this ignited passion for Faithwell TV and for TMH, and just doing more of the work that we're doing, supporting communities. We're hoping to make Faithwell TV into a charity.
Beautiful.
And that will allow us to support the communities in the UK even more. We want to inspire youth in their walk with God, in their journey, in their professional life, equipping them. And then for TMH, I think with the clients, it's just helping them achieve their goals and aspirations. I love working with the public sector. I love supporting the police in their messaging, the NHS in their messaging, and also the councils, because it's so important. Again, it's all about the communities. It all feeds back.
It does.
You know, I feel like everything we're doing at the moment is feeding back into, you know, local communities and supporting them. So that's definitely something that we will be doing more of.
I'm really, really looking forward to this journey. Do you have any final words, anything that you would want to communicate to our viewers?
Yeah, I mean, I think for going back to, you said, what would you say to your younger self?
Yes.
I would say to hold fast in the visions that I had for my life. And I would definitely say to other people, if you feel that God has given you a vision, it would be definitely to hold that, protect it, be careful who you share that vision with, and have a group of people that is going to support you in that. And just be bold and be brave in that journey, and don't be deterred from that. I think that would be really, really important, you know.
Amazing. And I think that's such a wonderful place to conclude our interview. Thank you so much, Emma.
It's my pleasure. Thank you. It's great to be here, Mary.
Thank you so much. So our viewers, that was Emma Freeman, MD, TMH Media, from myself and from the entire team. See you next week. Bye-bye. Engaging, inspiring, uplifting, captivating, thought-provoking, insightful conversation, stories, and faith-filled moments. It's Faith Flow Podcast, Christian conversations that get you thinking. Faith Flow Podcast by Faithwell TV.